Hi, I'm Blackbird the White, and I have every achievement in Overwatch. I wasn't the first, I won't be the last, and hopefully after you watch this, I will become one of many, many more. This video will recount every single hero achievement, how difficult I think they are to get, how I got them, and the easiest way I can think to get each and every one. I'll be presenting these methods assuming you're the average player. High gold, low plat ranked, you know every hero even if you're not good at all of them, but not a one trick. For reference, I'm a low masters Kiriko main over on twitch.tv/blackbirdthewhite. Come add a few inches to your height. We'll be going damage, tank, support in chronological order of when I got them, and we'll also be letting you know if I got each achievement just with normal play, hunted for it, meaning I actively tried to get it, or got it as a donation, like when your entire team leaves a ranked lobby and there's nothing to do.
Let us commence forth!
Raid Wipe. Kill 4 enemies during a single use of Torbjorn's Molten Core in quicker competitive play. This achievement, while it has since been reworked, actually hasn't changed its wording at all. The ultimate, on the other hand, is completely different. Before, you just had to go crazy while staying alive as Big Thick Torb, and the Big Thick Turret would do most of the work for you, getting final blows easily with autolock. Now, however, getting people to step in the obvious dangerous coom just isn't as easy without someone to combo with, while also somehow giving you enough time to put the slag down before the whole enemy team is dead. I have no idea how you'd pull this off now other than to combo with a tank ult that stuns and hope it's big. Hard. Armor up. Absorb 500 damage with Torbjorn's Overload without dying in quicker competitive play. Another achievement I got way back in the day that's since been reworked. I think to get it you just needed to give out a certain amount of armor packs, but I can't confirm that. The achievement now, on the other hand, isn't too bad. It may take a few tries, but you can do it anywhere and with any enemy team, so just keep face tanking a ton of damage, ideally with some cover nearby so you can turn the corner when you're low. If you die trying or don't take enough damage, no big deal, just keep trying, you'll get it without too much more effort. Average. Their own worst enemy. Kill 2 enemies with a single use of Genji's deflection in quicker competitive play. Deceptively difficult from reading it, but it's just a matter of frontlining with Genji, waiting for the initial onslaught of damage at the beginning of a teamfight, and pressing E. Deflect lasts an eternity, so there's plenty of time for you to do enough damage to get 2 kill credits. Alternatively, you could just stand in front of a high DPS target with at least one other enemy and surprise them. An ulting target works too, but for those last 2 options, you need at least 15% more game sense or luck to pull off. The start of a teamfight is your best option. Once again, can be done from anywhere and with anyone, there just might be some tank blocking damage sometimes. Average. Ice blocked. Block 1000 damage with a single use of Mei's Ice Wall in quicker competitive play. You see a D.Va bomb? Put a wall up? Done. You don't even need to survive doing it, so if your wall placement is finicky, who cares? Aside from that, I'm sure there are other instances where an ice wall will take 1000 damage. The only thing I could see maybe standing in your way, provided the enemy isn't playing D.Va, is the lower HP of the pillar since I got this achievement. The enemy might just break one of them and walk through it, but other than that, not hard, can be done anywhere, and you can keep trying over and over. Easy. Die, 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 ellipsis, die. Kill 4 enemies with a single use of Reaper's Death Blossom in quicker competitive play. Yeah, even as early as mid-platinum, this ult stops being even remotely useful. But a surprise ult combo with a tank that stuns is all you need. May take longer than the achievements that you unlock with normal abilities since it's an ultimate, but definitely not impossible, especially in quick play. Average. Power outage. Hack 5 enemies at once as Sombra in quicker competitive play. A weird way to say get a whole team EMP'd, but not really much of a challenge. It's predicated mostly on the whole enemy team staying in one spot, which is more likely to happen when no one is playing a high mobility hero. Not super common, but if it's attackers on a payload or a capture point, you can EMP them then. I'm not saying it's going to be a useful EMP, but we're not trying to be useful here. We're trying to hear that little achievement unlock sound. You can do it as everyone leaves the spawn after a team kill if you must. Not that hard, but slightly more circumstantial than a straight easy. Average. Cold Snap. Freeze 4 enemies at once with Mei in quicker competitive play. Another weird way to say get X amount of people in an ultimate. Again, not much of a challenge, they just have to be frozen, not necessarily even die. You can use your blaster on the outermost enemies so they don't escape so easily. If you just can't seem to get it somehow, there's always comboing with a stunning tank ult. These are starting to sound the same already. Average. Simple geometry. Get 3 killing blows with a single use of Hanzo's storm arrows in quicker competitive play. Another achievement I got in the past that's since been reworked. I think it was just getting 2 final blows with 1 scatter arrow. I got it pretty easily, you just need to find some enemies with low health and point, not even aim, a scatter arrow at their feet. Even easier in a confined space. With this new one, however, I suspect you'll need better game sense and more intimate knowledge of storm arrows. Arrow spam is probably not the way to go. Unless you're a Hanzo player, I'd just wait for a stunning tank ult to get 3 or more people to low HP. In all likelihood, more circumstantial and harder to execute. Not impossible with regular Hanzo play though. Hard. Triple threat. Kill 2 enemies in each of Bastion's configurations without dying in quicker competitive play. Bastion's been reworked, but the achievement hasn't. So same idea. Focus on not dying at all costs, even if it means being stingy with abilities. The artillery configuration will probably give you the most issues, but you don't need to do it in a single use. So any long mode on attack, i.e. payload or hybrid, will give you plenty of opportunities to use your ult twice, killing one person each time. Average. The dragon is sated. Kill 4 enemies with one of Hanzo's spirit dragons in quick or competitive play. A bit tricky, but still very doable. You can do this one anywhere, but people's heightened awareness will probably get in your way. You can, once again, combo with a stunning tank ult! You've definitely seen or taken part in a Dragon Surge combo with Graviton, so this achievement is not at all out of the realm of possibility. It just may take a while. One final note, the achievement does say with one of Hanzo's spirit dragons, which leads me to believe that any kill with the initial arrow wouldn't count, but I can't confirm or deny this wording, so if for some reason you were counting on the initial arrow, don't. But if it turns out not to be true, someone can send me footage of them getting it with it, and I'll update that in a pinned comment. Hard. Gotcha. Kill an enemy that is hindered by flashbang with a headshot as Mccree in quick or competitive play. I don't care how bad your aim is. Given enough enemies and tries, you will get this. Doubly so if you're hunting for it. Flashbangs do 75 damage now, so that's a ton of work out of the way for you, and headshotting a slow target ain't no thing. No special occasions need to happen, so just keep trying, and we have our first very easy. Target-rich environment. Kill 4 enemies with a single use of Soldier 76's Tactical Visor in quick or competitive play. Tactical Visor is slightly less sucky than Death Blossom, and you can easily position yourself such that you can surprise people, and asking for Nano to go with it is no big deal anyway. There's always stunning tank ults, and I'd say of all the huge ult achievements, this is probably the easiest. No part of 76's kit is hard to comprehend. Keep at it, you'll get this one without much hassle in time. Average. Did that sting? Kill 4 enemies using Widowmaker's Venom Mine during a single quick or competitive play game. This sounds like you need to get 4 Venom Mine kills in the kill feed. Not the case at all. All you need to do is kill someone who has activated a Venom Mine. That's it. If you just throw it into some group and shoot the dying guy, as long as you get at least an assist, it counts. These don't even have to be in a single life, so even if you really suck at Widowmaker, you shouldn't struggle. Easy. Roadkill. Kill 4 enemies with a single use of Junkrat's Riptire in quicker competitive play. Funny story about this one. It was one of my first ranked games ever, and the enemy team had just rolled us on Route 66. I throw out my Riptire to try and salvage it, but I was too late. The game had already gone into slow motion to switch sides. And you know how there's a few seconds before the screen goes black, where it's all in slow motion and you can move around and you can do stuff, but none of it counts towards your deaths or damage or anything like that? Well, people stopped moving, and that tire I threw out got a quadruple kill. And even though the eliminations didn't count because everything was in slow motion, I still got the achievement. I don't know if this is still the case. This was years ago, so it may be a bug, but as far as I know, you can still get achievements after the timer hits 0. So yeah, 4-man tire, not a Herculean task. If you're having lots of trouble, say it with me now. Combo with a stunning tank ult. Average. Mine like a steel trap. Knock an enemy into your steel trap using Junkrat's Concussion Mine in quicker competitive play. Way easier than it sounds. If you're struggling with it, you're probably going about it all wrong. Trying to send someone flying out in the open where they can easily DI will never get you what you want. The name of the game is indoor space. If you put down a trap near some corner in a confined space, enemies are far more likely to fall into it without having the time or space to go anywhere else. The Kings Row Hotel on Point A is a good spot, but I think with a bit of hunting, you'll find lots of other spaces. Slightly circumstantial, but still easy to execute. Easy. Rocket Man. Get 2 killing blows with a single use of Soldier 76's Helix rockets in quick or competitive play. Sounds difficult. Not really. All you have to do is be on the lookout for low health targets that are together. It may take a while, but Helix rockets can be attempted over and over, so if there's even a 1% chance of 2 targets being within lethal range, try it. It can't hurt. Don't be sitting on a 6-second cooldown waiting for the perfect opportunity. It can be done anywhere, so if absolutely nothing else, you'll get it in time. Average. Slice and dice. Kill 4 enemies with a single use of Genji's Dragon Blade in quicker competitive play. Takes a bit more doing than Death Blossom or Tac Visor, especially now with so many stuns, but you can nano and quastu. It will take time, maybe a bit longer than the others, but not undoable. No other special occasions necessary, just a matter of execution. Hard. The Car Wash. Hit an enemy with 3 beams simultaneously as Symmetra in quick or competitive play. From a hard one to an easy one, we have another one where the hero's been reworked, but not the achievement. It's even easier now with only 3 turrets, and you can easily put them around a corner, so even if they're destroyed immediately, they'll still at least lick someone before they go down. After all, it just says hit, not kill. Very easy. Smooth as silk. Kill an enemy with a scoped headshot while airborne as Widowmaker in quick or competitive play. You just have to not be standing. Jumping, falling, styling on people with a grapple into the air, it doesn't matter. All you need is one headshot scoped in. I have less than 6 total hours on Widowmaker, and I got this on my first attempt. I seriously doubt it'll take you longer than 2 hours at the very most, assuming you've never even seen a mouse or keyboard before. The only thing keeping this from being very easy is that it's a little unusual. Easy. Waste not, want not. Get 3 solo kills with a single clip of Reaper's shotguns in quick or competitive play. I got this one earlier than most normal people would, but that's only because I play Reaper a lot and I got lucky. Reaper's pellets don't all go in the same spot every shot, the spread is random within a space, but if they land on the enemy just right, you'll do more damage than average. This is why sometimes if you play Tracer or Widowmaker, a Reaper can one-shot you. This achievement says 3 solo kills and with a single clip, which is triple misleading. A, Reaper dual wields, so it's a pair of clips. B, you don't have to kill them with primary fire, as long as they take damage with them, and then you kill them thereafter with, say, your ultimate, it counts. And C, it's not a clip, it's a mag. The thing that holds the bullets is the magazine. A clip is just the little thing that keeps the bullets aligned. But anyway, I got this achievement in a low plat ranked game back in the day on Lijiang Tower. The spread of the shotguns happened to be perfect on all 3 targets, and we were on control center, if that helps any. And just like that, I got it. If you're a Reaper player, you might have a similar story to me, but this is still really rare and not something you should just hope happens if you don't play Reaper. My suggestion is if you're hunting for this, just do what Fish did and just play super passive, killing 2 people, don't reload, then for the last one, just shoot someone once and ult them. Solo if you must. This will probably be a massive uphill battle for most people given that Reaper only has an average pick rate, so expect this one to take a while. It's number 3 on my list for hardest achievements of all, and we'll get our very first very hard. Incoming. Kill 3 enemies with a single use of Bastion's configuration artillery in quicker competitive play. This one you can technically get at the same time as the other Bastion achievement we talked about earlier, but I personally cannot remember the last time I saw an artillery triple kill. It's not impossible, but it will be challenging. If you just can't get it for the life of you, you can always quastu. Hard. Special delivery. Stick 4 of Tracer's pulse bombs onto enemies in a single quick or competitive play game. People severely underestimate the skill and effort it takes to get good at sticking pulse bombs, but once again, sticking pulse bombs at all is not a Herculean task. The achievement doesn't even ask you to kill anyone, so there's nothing stopping you from farming ultimate around corners, playing super passive, then sticking the tank all 4 times. It's still the cheapest ultimate in the game, and you don't have to do it even in a single life. You may have to focus a bit more on getting it, but you can do it anywhere, and any game mode is long enough to get at least 4, provided it's not a clash stomp. Easy. Hack the planet. Hack 15 enemies without dying as Sombra in quicker competitive play. I've seen this one considered hard, but I don't know what hero these people are playing. Even post-rework, this achievement is brain-dead simple and easy. Any non-control game mode will do the trick, and even the worst Sombra that's ever lived can just hack people and run away off cooldown. Nothing about this achievement says the hacks have to be useful targets, or that you have to kill the targets, or anything else. If you just want the achievement and you're paranoid about dying, hack and run away over and over. No skill needed. Very easy. Total recall. Recover 400 health using Tracer's recall without dying in quicker competitive play. Another one that doesn't take effort, as long as your recall is off cooldown, go in and take damage, recall at the last second, and run away until you get it back. Do this on any map 4 or 5 times and you got it. You won't have to worry because unlike stupid Swift Step, recall has no wind up and works as soon as you press E, so you can afford to cut it close. Very easy. Served up. Get a killing blow as Ashe on an enemy knocked into the air by Bob in quicker competitive play. Way easier than it sounds. If you're struggling, just find a low mobility squishy, solo ult them, and shoot. If you're not confident about getting a headshot even up close, add an extra body shot before solo ulting them. Bob's knockup does 120, giving you a massive head start on damage. As long as you do the last instance of damage, and the enemy's in the air because of Bob, it's yours. Easy. Short fuse. Kill an enemy by shooting Ashe's dynamite from at least 30 meters away in quicker competitive play. Best time I can think to do this is when someone's hiding around a corner and trying to avoid the last bit of damage that will kill them. My suggestion would be to just pressure, but not kill, a faraway target, such they are down to less than half HP, then toss the dynamite and blow it up. This takes a bit of doing, but it's not situational, and again, I probably have less hours on Ashe than I do Widow, and I was able to get it. Average. Huge success. Teleport 15 allies in a single quick or competitive play game as Symmetra. This used to be way harder back when the teleporter was the ultimate, but as a normal ability, it's not that bad. I hesitate to put it in easy because you're completely at the mercy of strangers to use your teleporter, which they may not due to not noticing or just apathy. It doesn't last forever anymore either, so you can't just leave it out of spawn for people to use again and again. So my only suggestion is to keep using teleporter, primarily out of spawn, and ask people all the time, nicely, to use it. Average. Clearing the area. Knock an enemy to their death using Pharah's concussive blast in quicker competitive play. One single boop that you point, not even aim, point. The only reason this isn't very easy is if you're hoping to get this one on Hollywood. Easy. Death from above. Kill 4 enemies in a row without touching the ground as Pharah in quicker competitive play. I got this one and the other one on a single game in Busan. A bit trickier, but if you know basic fuel management, you should be able to get this one done no problem. Is what I would have said before the fuel rework. I was playing Pharah for the first time in years to get this B-roll footage, and dang! Staying in the air forever is impossible now! This one, while once average in difficulty, is going to be much harder now. There's always your ult to help you along the way, and don't forget to take advantage of slanted roofs. Sorry I can't help more. I never played Pharah, and I've always hated her. Hard. Adaptability. Use 2 other heroes' ultimates without dying as Echo in quicker competitive play. Before the nerf that made Echo less likely to use a copy ult, I would have rated this one easy, but just as long as you copy someone with a cheap ult, Tracer, Hanzo, Baptiste, you'll get it. Run away and play super passive between the 2 ults if you must, but this is totally doable. The copied ults don't have to be useful, so just press Q as soon as you get them and stay alive at all costs. Average. Focused. Earn 2 killing blows with a single use of Echo's focusing beam in quicker competitive play. Gravs are always a good place to look, but even if there's no Zarya to be found on your team, the same principle I brought forth with the Pixel 76 achievement applies. If you have even a slight hunch that 2 people are in range and low enough, beam them. There's no sense in sitting on an 8-second cooldown waiting for the perfect opportunity. Keep trying and you'll get it in time. Average. On the move. Kill an enemy with a charged railgun headshot while sliding in quicker competitive play. An easier version of cute Widowmaker. Charge the railgun, slide and shoot. It's more forgiving than a Widow headshot and your movement is far more predictable. Not to mention all you need is level ground. No elevation change necessary. Keep trying off cooldown and you'll get it in no time. Easy. Taking charge. Get 4 killing blows with a single use of Sojourn's overclock in quicker competitive play. Because the railgun headshot only does 150, this is probably the hardest huge ult achievement to get. Assuming no one helps you, you basically need to land all 8 headshots on all 4 squishies if you're in roll queue. Stunning tank ults and damage boosts can help a little, but I just don't like playing Sojourn at all, so if I'm making this sound harder than it actually is, I'm sorry. This is such a pain to get, I stopped bothering and got it donated. Sorry I can't give better advice. Soja's boring and I suck at her. We're moving on. Hard. It's high noon. Get 4 killing blows with a single use of Mccree's Deadeye in quicker competitive play. This one, I will say, probably took me way longer than a normal person hunting for it, and I only say that because way back when I was attempting it, Deadeye straight up didn't work. Some guy back in the day was so angry about it he made a whole video and I'll link it below, but Deadeye still, to this day, only works when it feels like it. So Mccree player or not, this is gonna take a while, even with a stunning tank ult and a surprise on the enemy. I never figured out a way to get this one because it was well into my career when I tried it again, and it's just not going to happen on a whim with non-metal MMR. I got it donated, maybe you'll want to as well if you didn't get this achievement back when your account was brand new. Hard. And that's damage, onto the tanks. Giving you the hook. Interrupt an enemy ultimate ability with Roadhog's hook in quicker competitive play. Hook someone during the strong thing that forces them to move less. Prime targets include Death Blossom, Barrage, and Deadeye. I'm not completely sure if this counts for ultimates that can continue to be used after being stunned, but those are the easiest. Very easy. Minesweeper. Destroy 10 turrets or traps using Winston's Tesla cannon without dying in quicker competitive play. One of the few achievements to receive a buff instead. This used to be super easy before Symmetra's last rework. Just breathe on all 5 of her turrets twice and don't die in between. Now, no turrets go down that easily, and there's only 3 at a time now, but again, focusing primarily on sim turrets, junk traps, torb turrets, and wrecking ball mines is no big deal. Play extremely passive if you're worried about dying, and use your ult as an escape if you must. Illari pylons may work, they may not. I can't confirm as of writing this, so don't count on them. Easy. Anger management. Damage 5 enemies during a single use of Winston's Primal Rage in quicker competitive play. All you have to do is swat all 5 enemy players once during an ult. You move really fast, you don't have to kill them, there's no aim or juggling skills required. If it's frustrating you, nothing is stopping you from opening a team fight with it when the entire lobby is alive. This is a last resort like a lot of other weird things you might do to get these achievements, but the option is there if you just can't seem to get it. Big doubt though. Very easy. Shot down. Prevent 1250 damage with a single use of D.Va's defense matrix in quicker competitive play. 1250 is not nearly as much damage as you think, and defense matrix seems to last an eternity now. However, if you're not facing zealous bastions on a daily basis, consider waiting to eat an ultimate with damage over time. Death Blossom, Barrage, Whole Hog, and Visor all do the trick. The only things getting in your way are slow burst damage and beams. Not everyone one-tricks Sim and Hanzo though, so you'll be fine. Easy. Terrible, terrible damage. Kill 3 enemies with a single use of Orisa's Terra Surge in quicker competitive play. For this one, you don't necessarily have to stab down the spear to kill them. If you're gonna go down that route, it helps to have friends or to let others know, hey, I'm ulting, shoot the guys in it, so you don't give the enemies time to run away, and you can activate it early. Alternatively, you can always just jump off the map and pull 3 people with you. Tanks don't resist the initial pull, so have at it. Easy. Storm, Earth, and Fire. Land Reinhardt's Fire Strike and Charge after an Earth Shatter stun in quicker competitive play. If the only big slam you've ever had is at Denny's, just solo shatter a tank, strike and charge him or her, and be done with it. Very easy. I am your shield. Block 7500 damage with Reinhardt's barrier field without dying in quicker competitive play. That's 5 barriers worth of damage if you're so inclined to destroy them. Doesn't matter if you do, it's just easier to keep track of them that way. Remember not to die, and if you're paranoid about it, you can always do a French pin and press shift with your back to the enemy to get out of there. You probably won't have to, but again, it's a last resort. Very easy. The Power of Attraction. Capture 4 enemies in a single use of Zarya's Graviton Surge in quicker competitive play. As long as 4 enemies touch that grab, you're okay. Payloads on defense are good places to look. The enemy spawn after a team kill is also a good last resort. Finally, I don't know if this is still true or not, but if you suffer from grabs being eaten a lot, firing them point blank at nearby walls should fix that. Easy. Game over. Kill 4 enemies with a single use of D.Va's self-destruct in quicker competitive play. Are you Poco? Is this a brand new account? No and no? Well, this may take a while. Feel free to quast on everyone's face if you must. In open queue, of course. You can also slide the bomb off walls, or nudge it to drop onto lower ground unexpectedly. Sim turret and pedal platform combos I hear are also fun. If you have friends. That's really it. I'd put this in average, but I feel like this one may take a little longer provided you're not a D.Va player. Hard. Power Overwhelming. Keep Zarya's Particle Cannon above 70 power for 60 seconds in quicker competitive play. To keep this cannon above 70 energy for 60 seconds, spend 3,600 seconds of the 2,207,520,000 seconds you have left on this planet practicing proper bubble management. Then in several thousand seconds time, you'll have this Zarya spray. Easy. Adaptation. Absorb 1250 damage with Wrecking Ball's adaptive shield without dying in quicker competitive play. If it had to be done with just one use, you'd have to get max adaptive shields and survive with a maximum of 125 HP, assuming nothing hit you before you got them. Now that I've explained the most extreme version of this, don't attempt it. It just says 1250 without dying, so using it over and over with 300 or 400 shields each time is more than enough, even on short maps. If you're worried about dying, you can just roll in and get out right away without contributing anything else to the team fight until you get your adaptive shields back. No elaborate rollouts, just in and out. Very easy. Tip of the spear. Knock an enemy to their death using Orisa's Energy Javelin in quicker competitive play. Both of Orisa's achievements I got before she was reworked, and this one is definitely easier. A single boop with 1 javelin should be just fine. Once again, the rocket principle applies here. If you have a hunch, try it. No sense in sitting on a 6-second cooldown waiting for the perfect moment. Keep trying, just not on Hollywood. Easy. Strike. Roll through 4 enemies within 2 seconds as Wrecking Ball in quick or competitive play. The enemies don't all have to be together, but it helps a lot. Any choke point on any map is a good place to look, and you can just stand behind the enemies when they start to engage and roll right through them to avoid getting stunned. More situational, but not all that hard to execute. Grapple is not a long cooldown, so just keep trying. Average. Power Punch. Slam 3 enemies into a wall with Doomfist's Empowered Rocket Punch in quicker competitive play. Once a mighty achievement that demanded intimate knowledge of the old seismic slam and proper timing. This reworked one only asks you to play Doomfist properly, and that's it. Charging your punch is par for the course, and slamming 3 enemies, while not a given every time, is, once again, not a Herculean task. This is especially true given that you don't stop going forward as soon as you hit one guy. If nothing else, I'm sure you'll run into a Reinhardt with a few guys behind him and a wall behind all of them. A likely but not quite ubiquitous experience and a relatively straightforward execution. Average. Cratered. Hit 4 enemies with a single use of Doomfist's Meteor Strike in quicker competitive play. Originally, you had to hit all 6 players to get this one. I'm far from a Doomfist player, but for those in the audience who are, please, tell me, is hitting the entire team even an occasional occurrence? Because I really doubt it. So much so, this is my 3rd and final donated achievement that you'll see on this list. Now, 4 people sounds a bit more reasonable and something you could coordinate with a Zarya in open queue. She doesn't even need the people to stay in the grab, just be near it. The achievement does after all only say hit. So while I would have given this one a hard or even a very hard in the past, there's no way this one can be anything more than average. Conservation of Energy. Gain 350 shields with a single use of Sigma's Kinetic Grasp in quicker competitive play. For our purposes, we'll just try for max shields, which is 400. To do this, a Deadeye or Whole Hog are good places to look. I got mine from a lazy Bastion. I'm sure you can find other instances where there's a ton of incoming damage, so get out there and make that ball extra huge. Easy. Event Horizon. Get 3 killing blows during a single use of Sigma's Gravitic Flux in quicker competitive play. Notice how this one says during instead of with. This should tip you off as to what it's really asking you for. You do not need to kill people with the flux. Just so long as you kill them while they are stunned due to the flux, it counts towards the 3 you need. So, using your orbs to kill a low HP target that's been caught out does count, but someone else damaging them such that they die before the flux ends doesn't. As such, make sure it's a flux you don't have to hide while using. Wait for stunning abilities to go on cooldown and such. A little forethought is going to go a long way here, and you can do it anywhere. Average. Coup de Grace. Use Junker Queen's Jagged Blade and Carnage to pull and kill an enemy in quicker competitive play. No part of this says you have to solo kill them, so just find the nearest low health target you can confidently throw a knife at, then E. Shout to catch them if you must, but this totally non-situational achievement is not hard to execute since you're probably doing this sort of thing playing Junker Queen anyway. Very easy. Incomparable Pain. Block 300 or more damage and survive in a single use of Nemesis form in quicker competitive play. I honestly can't see how someone who's even just trying Ramattra wouldn't get this one on their first sitting. However, if you still don't have it for some reason, there's always a support duo somewhere out there. You probably have a support partner who's pocketing you 24/7, 365, just so you can brag about being Diamond 5 instead of Plat. Take this time instead to get this achievement, and maybe don't be a Trust Fund ranked player while you're at it. Very easy. Any means. Eliminate 3 teammates in a single use of Ramattra's Annihilation in quicker competitive play. At launch, when this ultimate could conceivably last forever, this could realistically have gone in very easy. Now that the ultimate is normal, just keep in mind, Nemesis form is a separate health bar, so do your damage in Omnic form, do your damage in Nemesis form, then get some brand new armor with this ult. It should make finishing people off a lot easier. Not impossible or situational at all, get her done. Average. Adrenaline Junkie. Have 7 of Junker Queen's wounds active on enemies at the same time in quicker competitive play. Upon first hearing this, the temptation is to go, 7? But there's only 5 enemy players, how does that work? It works because you can have multiple wounds on the same target. Now, there are 5 ways to inflict a wound. They are land a Jagged Blade, Carnage, melee with the Jagged Blade in your hand, pull back a Jagged Blade that's on someone, or Rampage. With all of these in mind, it's easy to get lost in the optimal sequence that will get you the most wounds. The one I've gotten it down to is as follows. Gracie, Rampage, Carnage, pull Gracie, melee. In a perfect world, you'd have the enemy team clustered together so that even if your Carnage only gets 1 or 2, pulling Gracie back will tag everyone along the path you ulted, giving you more than enough wounds. But Krispy Kreme pulled out of Alberta in 2008, so we don't live in a perfect world. To that end, I propose a modified version of this, one with a Zarya grav in open queue. I wish I had the footage to show it, but this explanation will have to do. Have a Zarya with you, and when you both have your ults, have her get at least 3 people in her grav somewhere such that your rampage will end close by. Next, rampage starting from some other enemy near you and ending about where the grav is. So point A of your rampage is any other enemy and point B is the grav, making sure to get the graved enemies of course. That should land you 4 long-lasting wounds. Finally, you're going to carnage the grav, giving you your last 3 wounds. This is the minimum amount of effort I could possibly conceive of for 7 wounds. If you have a better idea, write it down below. You can do this on any map, but man oh man, the setup, coordination, and execution are such a pain. Not to mention how much you're at the mercy of the enemy's positioning. I haven't even mentioned the most important part. As of writing this, JQ's achievements are still bugged to be unobtainable, unless you pick another tank, take damage, die, and switch to JQ. It's still in the game as far as I know, so please, pretty please, remember this last part when going for it. I think a Junker Queen player could get this one without hunting for it, but I don't know how that would ever happen. If you have a story about getting it that doesn't involve hunting for it, I'd love to hear it. For me though, this goes on my top 3 list as the second hardest achievement to get, and will get our second out of only 4 of the achievements rated as very hard. Hog Wild. Knock 2 enemies to their deaths with one use of Roadhog's Whole Hog in quicker competitive play. I imagine most people got this one pretty early on, considering boops are rampant on new accounts. Not me. For some reason, even though Roadhog is one of my most played tanks, I never figured out how to use Whole Hog correctly. Truth be told, its best use outside of isolating and killing a critical target by pushing them into a corner still eludes me. That being said, you'll probably need a pocket to keep from dying right away. This was the last tank achievement I ever got, but I bet in your situation, it was probably one of the first achievements you ever got. Anyway, the rest should be obvious. Don't try it on Hollywood. Wait for critical enemy abilities to go on cooldown. And I'll say it again because it helped me a lot. Have a pocket. Average. Whew, man. Supports now. Group Health Plan. Restore 150 health for players without dying as mercy in quicker competitive play. Safe to say this is the easiest achievement of all time. It basically says play mercy like an absolute beginner and in the most intuitive way possible, and don't die. Unless you've never touched mercy in your life, I can't see how you wouldn't have this one already. In fact, if you somehow don't have this one already, I'd really love to hear your story as to why. No further tutorial needed. If you don't play mercy, do it for one game. Very easy. Supersonic. Block 900 damage with a single use of Lucio's sound barrier in quicker competitive play. Another achievement you get while playing the hero in the most intuitive way possible. This time you're using sound barrier in the most obvious way. Defensively. If you're doing that but still don't have it, you're probably using it too early or too late. It's bad sound barrier etiquette to be using B only defensively, but for your purposes, that's what we're going for. To make this even easier, you can always be clustered together to make the enemy Zarya want to grab. Provided it's not early enough in the team fight, there should be enough incoming damage to get 900. Not that hard. Easy. The Iris embraces you. Restore 1250 health with a single use of Zenyatta's Transcendence in quicker competitive play. Ditto, just watch for Bionades and Rampages as well. Easy. Simple trigonometry. Fully deplete both types of Moira's Biotic Orb without dying in quicker competitive play. I'll let Samiro take this one.
That's 12% ult just by right-clicking at their team.
Then left-click your team for the other one. Confined spaces help if you want a bit of extra time, but you probably won't need it. Very easy. Nap time. Interrupt an enemy ultimate ability with Ana's Sleep Dart in quicker competitive play. You can sleep a Nanoblade, Death Blossom, or cross-map Tac Visor, but you're not cool like me, so there's always poorly executed Whole Hogs, Barrages, and Annihilations for you. Easy. Enabler. Get 4 kills or assists with a single use of Ana's Nano Boost in quicker competitive play. This one may sound terrible because it's not up to you whether you get this one or not, but you're bound to run into some tank or DPS with a big enough head and just enough skills to back it up to get this achievement. Once again, a little planning can go a long way here. Use your words before a team fight and go, "Hey, tank or damage guy, you want my nano? Yeah? Okay, just say when." Also, make sure they are the ones calling for it. Don't just thrust nano on someone and then get mad they didn't get any value. Put the onus on them to give you the go-ahead after you said you'll use it. Easy. Rapid Discord. Get 4 kills or assists with Zenyatta's Orb of Discord within 6 seconds in quicker competitive play. This is another achievement I didn't hunt for but got anyway. I was a flex support before Double Barrier, so I played tons of Zenyatta, and in the past, Discord Orb had no per target cooldown. So if you changed your mind about a Discord target, but then you second guessed your new target, you could then Discord the old one immediately with no downtime. This hasn't been the case for months now, and I don't think balance is going to allow the no cooldown Discord to ever come back. All of this is to say, this achievement was already one of the hardest ones before, and now it's even harder. Now, if you don't pick all your Discord targets in the correct order, you can't go back and Discord the older ones to get the credit. Discording targets is a given for any Zen player, but in the right order, it's going to be challenging. I won't lie to you. If it helps any, I got mine on Oasis University in the mini room during cleanup after both tanks had already gone down. Probably the achievement that needs the most skill of all, but still not number 1 because it can be done anywhere, in any situation, and it doesn't force you to play Zen unusually. I even have it on both my accounts. In terms of pure execution, however, this one is number 1, and gets our penultimate very hard. Excuse me. Get a killing blow with Brig's Shield Bash in quicker competitive play. Back when Shield Bash stunned, they used to ask you to interrupt an enemy ultimate with it. Now with just 50 damage and no stun, it's just a finisher. You can easily find low health targets during cleanup at the end of any team fight, ranked or not. The only thing standing in your way is how boring Brig is. Thankfully, this achievement and her other one we're about to go over are both easy! Grounded. Kill an airborne enemy with Brig's Whip Shot in quicker competitive play. Same principle as Cute Widow. Airborne just means not on the ground for any reason. Juno and Genji are good targets to focus since they'll be in the air a lot but not out of reach. You should be using your Whip Shot off cooldown anyway, so you'll have plenty of tries, and it does 70 damage now, so it'll be pretty forgiving. I refer you once again to the rocket principle. If you have a hunch about it working, do it. No sense in sitting on a 4-second cooldown, and your reward is that you'll never have to play Brig ever again! Easy. Yidrez. Resurrect 5 players as Mercy without dying in quicker competitive play. Nothing to it. I just played super passive and prioritized staying alive. It's only 5 players, and it can be done anywhere. Res has a long cooldown, but Pi also has a long cooldown, and you probably eat a lot of it, don't you, fatty? You'll be fine. Very easy. Antipod. Or Antipody? I don't know what that word is. Hit 6 targets simultaneously with Moira's Coalescence in quicker competitive play. I never understood this achievement until the moment I got it. How can I hit 7 targets at once if there's only 6 enemy players? Do I need to be hitting a turret or something as well? Then I got it and it hit me. Coalescence heals and damages, so my teammates count as targets. Anyway, I got this one by complete accident, so my advice would be to use it at the start of a team fight in some wide open space where everyone's alive. Team and enemy. It won't be useful, but you'll get the spray, and that's why we're here. It may take a long time, but not much skill involved. Hard. The floor is lava. Get 3 killing blows while wall riding as Lucio without dying in quicker competitive play. The original hard achievement. The spray that launched the career of that Ecuadorian water-dwelling salt dispenser. For normal people, I can see how this achievement is a Herculean task. People talk a lot about how Lucio movement is a steep uphill battle to learn even at a competent level, and after seeing how many hours I have on Lucio, I can see why. However, wall riding is the funnest movement in this entire game, and if you're not having fun learning it, at least enough to get environmental kills and run away such that you don't die, there's not much convincing I can do to make you a believer. I got this achievement personally with 2 environmental kills and 1 soundwave kill during cleanup in a ranked game on Ilios. Quite fittingly. I didn't hunt for it, though I was trying to in quick play at the time, but for you non-Lucio players, and I'm speaking specifically to non-Lucio players now, you will not get this one without hunting. Please, watch the fish video and copy that. To the Lucio players, brand new and old, I'm not worried about you. Keep practicing your wall riding, and like a bird coming to perch on your shoulder in the wild, this spray will come to you in time. Hard. Nope, shut up, not very hard, just hard. Practice wall riding, it's fun, you're lame, we're moving on. I don't want to hear anymore. Stand by me. Prevent 4 deaths with a single use of Baptiste's Immortality Field in quicker competitive play. I started playing Baptiste at launch, so one ranked game, I heard a Riptire coming, and I just told my whole team, "Hey, I have a lamp. Come here." Tyre comes along, blows up my lamp, everyone lives, I say thanks for the achievement, all's right with the world. You probably won't have that, so just go on attack somewhere, go to the first choke, put your lamp around the corner, make sure your enemy can't target it, don't heal for a few seconds, you're welcome. Easy. Yokai, restore 1500 health and land 5 critical hits without dying as Kiriko in quicker competitive play. Play Kiriko like the NPC your DPS wants you to play like, and once you're prepared to actually get better at this hero, come check out my stream at twitch.tv/blackbeardthewhite, come add a few inches to your height every night but Friday at 7:30 Mountain Time. Here you can wash the taste of metal ranked and boosted peanut gallery out of your mouth. Very easy, though for my mental this might as well be impossibly hard. Lifeweaving. Prevent 3 deaths with Lifeweaver's life grip. Lifeweaving. Prevent 3 life deaths. Blah, 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 blah. Lifeweaving. Prevent 3 life deaths. Blah, blah, blah. Oh my god. Lifeweaving. Prevent 3 deaths with Lifeweaver's life grip without dying yourself in quicker competitive play. Preventing deaths basically just means very low health. Again, life grip isn't swift step, so when you're using it last second, the game's not gonna rip you off! Other than low health targets, it may also work with saving people from environmental deaths, but I've never tested that to confirm. Let me know if you have. Also, remember how I said, as far as I know, you can still get achievements after the timer hits 0? Well... Anyway, play passive, but with Weaving Boy you're already doing that probably. I can't take this anymore. Very easy. Giving Tree. Restore 1200 health with a single use of Lifeweaver's Tree of Life in quicker competitive play. The setup for this achievement is very similar to the cute Baptiste achievement, so I'll just keep this short with a simplified version of that explanation. Basically, all you need is a tank to take a ton of damage for you. My recommendation would be Ramattra because of his Nemesis form and the block, allowing you to mitigate tons of damage. Just have him stand in the tree and take a ton of damage, healing only through the tree, and using your abilities to heal him only when absolutely necessary. You'll be using only a single tree, so you'll get instant feedback on whether you healed enough or didn't. Average. Purified. Cleanse 5 negative effects with 1 use of Kiriko's Protection Suzu in quicker competitive play. Again, the more NPC you are, the quicker this is to get. The following should not be taken out of context. Stay with your team, don't flank, don't bother with kunais, heal bot behind your tank, and when you get a big nade or dynamite, this achievement is yours. And just in case you think I'd ever stoop this low to get this achievement, here's footage of me getting it without any of that.
Oh, I thought... Oh, okay.
Oh, thanks for the achievement. If I catch you playing like this, I'm going to pull my kunai out, and I'm going to shoot you in the head. Average. Window of Opportunity. Amplify 2000 combined damage and healing without dying as Baptiste in quick or competitive play. The hardest achievement of all. That's it. You saw this coming and it's completely true. Only 0.01% of players have it, and that's probably being generous. This is the only achievement out of every other one, hero or not, that you will never accomplish solo. No chance. I refuse to believe it. You have to hunt for it. With other people. Now, the setup is not as hard as you think, trust me, and I'll be uploading a VOD review of me doing it, and I'll show you the easiest way. The challenge here mostly lies in how unusual and situational the achievement is. I have dozens of hours on Baptiste, and I've never even come close to getting this one until I hunted for it. You will also never be able to do this one in one ult, and multiple ults without dying over the course of a long game just isn't feasible organically. Much of the time, dying is a good thing, because you're resetting with your team. Especially true now with the wave respawns. And unless Overwatch ever makes a tribute to Doodle Jump as one of its maps, I don't think Baptiste is going to be bouncing away after every lost team fight. I have more to say, but I'll save it for the VOD review I'll be uploading next. It'll tell you everything you need to know about getting this achievement. This video's long enough, you saw this coming, very hard. And that's it! Here's a TLDW tier list to recap. Post your achievement related questions in the comment section below. I'd love to make a follow-up video answering them so we can all become better achievement hunters. Let me know if you want a similar video about the non-hero achievements. Thank you to everyone who helped me along the way, and I'm out.